I have wasted a lot of time, money, resources, and money, frankly, doing things that I just wish somebody would have given me the advice, so I would have saved all that heartache and stress. And I've been doing this for about, it's weird to say, 13 years, and I just want to give you guys some advice to save you the heartache that I had to go through. Let's dive in. Oh, and also while this is happening, I'm going to just play some recent music videos that I DP'd so you guys can just not look at my face for 10 minutes, so let's do it. A big hurdle that I see a lot of indie filmmakers face is being a good vibe. I have a lot of friends that would say, like, I wanted to hire you because you just were easy to work with on set. It's a bigger margin than what you might think of someone hiring you just because the way that you treat somebody. That is huge in this industry. People don't want to work with someone that's going to make them feel less than or uncomfortable on set because the end product is not going to be as good as what it could be. So what I try to focus on set is how do I foster an environment that, first off, people feel safe, second off, people feel heard, and that their ideas won't be shut down. I hope, and what I'm praying that it will go towards is that, like, the nice guy finishes first. There are so many more effective ways to collaborate and communicate with somebody on set to make them feel good. I feel like being a good vibe is like 50% of the gig. So I bring music, I try to be encouraging. Whenever I'm communicating with the talent, make them feel comfortable because, it could be really tense and it could be hard and rigid. And it's also like a ton of money is on the line. The client is here. Everyone is feeling on edge. So it could just take one person to set the tone to be like, hey, listen, like, let's have fun. Like, we're all here. We're all collaborating on this one thing. We're all this funnel to make this one project. So I encourage you guys to just like be a good vibe. That will go way further than you actually think. With filmmaking, it's not something that everyone can do as an entrepreneur. A lot of people need the structure of film school. And I think that nowadays there are a lot of people that will say, just don't go to film school, don't do it. But if you're the type of person that thrives within structure and having someone give you more hands-on with the process of learning and developing, in a lot of sense, like story structure, that's easier to kind of learn in a class format opposed from just like reading a book and trying to retain all of it. With the access of being able to learn whatever you are trying to grasp online through thousands of different opinions, here's another one. It's hard to just say F film school. I think it really just depends on the school that you're going to. I think that if you want to go to film school, look at filmmakers that have come out of some of the programs and see if that's something that you want to learn and that's the trajectory that you want to go on. For me, I've always been a self-learner. I grew up homeschooled and I never really knew how to learn within the format of the structure of school. So I really had to teach myself. But there's definitely times nowadays where I'm like, it might be cool to take a college essay or class on cinematography and lighting and to learn from someone that has been doing it for like 30 years. So don't disregard film school because YouTube is so popular nowadays. Like, really try to see, am I the type of person that can teach myself all these things and be a real self-learner, or am I the type of person that is going to thrive within this structure of a film school? I've heard so many people say, man, I just don't go to film school, don't do it. And I'm just like, why? It's not completely useless to learn from people that have been in the industry for a long time. But what I will say is that I've gone to a few like acting schools and stuff, and it's hard to recommend going to an acting school from acting coaches that have no credits at all. So just whenever you're learning from someone, vet them, look at their IMDb, look at their portfolio, look and see, oh, is this person going to teach me a technique that is bad? Because that happens more often than not. So just do your research. So I've been doing this for a while, and I really do want to understand where you guys are coming from. Like, what are you learning as a filmmaker that you were trying to bring into your creative endeavors? Leave a comment below, and let's start a little conversation. I hear a lot of people tell me, oh yeah, I need to be really strategic with the projects that I take because I want to make sure they all align within the style that I'm going for. And whenever I started, I literally just took my camera in the backyard and I was shooting trees, and I was just hoping for the day that I can try to collaborate with someone and make something. Whenever you're starting, you really just can't be picky. You have to take whatever comes your way. And what I did whenever I started is I would reach out to like certain coffee shops, and I would reach out to musicians that I know that, you know, they weren't massive and they would respond to me. And I would just say, hey, like I love your music, or hey, I love your coffee shop. I would love to give you guys some assets to help you build your online presence. And I think that is a huge part of getting started, is that like you just need to be available to try to essentially just get your 10,000 hours in and reach out to people, because, you know, a lot of the times people are open to collaboration, but they won't be the first one to reach out. So don't be picky. What's so cool about videos is that people like collaborating on video productions. So it never hurts to just reach out to somebody and see where they're at in the process of their creative endeavors. You are going to hate most of the things that you make. And I think that there's a lot of things that I've made on my YouTube page and my Vimeo page that will never see the light of day again. With filmmaking, your taste is going to be way further than what you can actually obtain, because we see so much great film all the time. It is just inundated into our brains through swiping, through watching movies. Like, you are going to watch things and be so bummed that your projects can't be that. And I just challenge you to like, just try to be a little gentle with yourself and don't compare yourself to, I mean, this is a testament to myself as well. I'm always comparing myself to other DPs, other filmmakers, other directors, and I have to remind myself, like, listen, everyone's creative journey and endeavors look so different, and you have to give yourself a little bit of grace, because your taste is going to be way further than what you can actually obtain right now. But just focus on growing and learning, and don't look at your work with hate. There are so many projects that I've worked on where I'm like, dang it, why did I compose that? But then I realized, like, oh, okay, well, the reason I don't like it is because now I would do it so differently. Don't do it for the clout. It's really easy nowadays to get excited for immediate response to something that you work on, given social media platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of them. You immediately get gratification for something that you make. And I think that whenever I started, I really wanted to try to win, frankly, a lot of awards. It's like, if I can win Best DP at a film festival, that would be really fulfilling for me. And I remember one time I was actually shooting a short film in Iceland that never even saw the light of day. I was watching the dailies with my brother, and as I was just going through some of the clips, I remember being like, oh my God, this is gonna win us so many awards. And thank God for my brother. We just kind of stopped in that moment. He's like, let's go on a little walk. And he was like, dude, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you are not gonna find any satisfaction in this industry if you are searching for accolades. So that was a big moment for me to realize, if I wanna do this, I need to approach it more as an artist and not to see any kind of recognition. And I'm also pretty guilty of this through posting stuff online. If I don't see something that's automatically getting recognition, I get rather bummed. But then I have to remind myself, no, just make it for the art and try to progressively get better with everything that you make. Building relationships is so very important, because you have no idea where a PA from a shoot that you worked on 3 years ago is going to be in 3 years. He could be the director of a project that you're potentially going to be hired on. The industry shifts and changes so often. So if you just treat everyone with respect, then everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, I know that I can hire Seth if I ever have my shot to direct this commercial or direct a music video. What I try to do if I'm not DPing a project on a weekly basis, I try to do research, I try to do script writing, I try to learn new things, and you have to be okay that you're not always going to be working, and you have to figure out what are some other ways that I can diversify my time, my income, and the resources that I have. So I rent my camera equipment on ShareGrid. I shoot stock footage, and I allow myself to not get burdened by seeing my buddy post a story that he's on set with like 30 people. I'm like, okay, cool. That's not my time right now. I can't judge myself for not being on set 5 days a week. If you're doing this, you're not always going to be working, and like you have to be okay with it. And it's stressful, but it's also exciting whenever you do get the opportunity to show what you can do. I really do think it's super important to be reliable. If you say you're going to do something, even if it's like, hey, I'm going to send you a TikTok reel, do that thing, set a reminder on your phone, and try to be reliable, because whenever someone is wanting to come back again and work with you like a second or third time, they're gonna know, oh, I can trust Seth that he's going to deliver on even the small things. So be reliable, and I think that that will go a super long way. I think the last point I will say is focus less on gear. And I say this to myself because I am always looking at reviews of new cameras, new lenses. None of that stuff will really push you in your career, but it will help refine your work. So just try to focus less on the tools and focus more on story and trying to present yourself as someone that is professional and reliable, because no one super cares about the camera that you're shooting with. Probably twice a year, a client will actually ask what camera I'm bringing. So that's just a true testament that like it's the person behind the tools that makes the images. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time. Subscribe, and I have more videos coming your way soon. Bye. You coming in? Come here. Come on, buddy. You want to say anything? She's camera shy. It's okay. It's a process.